Hello and welcome to VR Reviews. Today we'll be reviewing the Marvel Legends Hulk series Ares. So yes, here we have Ares. Probably the best figure from this wave, at least in my opinion, especially since it's mostly movie stuff this time and I generally only get comic stuff. He's a really cool figure. He's basically Build-A-Figure size, comes with lots of weapons, and he is just a cool thing to have if you are a fan of Ares. Now let's go ahead and zoom in for the articulation, sculpt, paint, details, all those sorts of things. Alright, starting off with a quick size comparison, of course here we have Ares. Here's our standard Marvel Legends 6-inch Cosmic Armor Iron Man and 3 3/4-inch Marvel Universe Wolverine. Ares is very tall. He's basically the size of one of Hasbro's more recent Build-A-Figures, especially with the helmet he's even taller, so he's noticeably bigger than a standard 6-inch figure and of course way bigger than a 3 3/4-inch figure. Now let's get everything else out of here and just look at Ares. Alright, moving on to our 360 spin, Ares has his chest armor with swords and skull on the front of it. He's got leather-wrapped waist, leather-wrapped one of his arms, and he's got a little studded bracer on the other arm. Black pants with a little sheath for his dagger, and some nice big silver boots with some dry brushing on them. So overall, he looks really cool. I really have no complaints about the way he looks. He looks exactly the way I would like for him to. Now let's go ahead and zoom in on his head sculpt. Head sculpt-wise, Ares has on his black and gold helmet with the big gray brushy thing on top of it. Detail is good, and there's some extra paint work on the brushy thing. And there is a head sculpt underneath that. Looks kind of like Namor, honestly. He's got a weird sort of black paint around his face to make it look dark whenever it's under the helmet. Really cool painted silver and blue eyes. And the rest of it's pretty normal kind of head sculpt. It doesn't look that good without the helmet on it because of the weird dark stuff on the face. But with the helmet on, it looks really cool. Now let's go ahead and zoom out and look at some articulation. Articulation-wise, Ares has sort of slightly older Marvel Legends style articulation. He's got a really bad ball peg in the head that barely goes up and down, but it does rotate. Ball joint shoulders go in and out, forward and back. Bicep cut. Single joint elbow, rotation at the elbow. Hinge and rotation in the wrist. Diaphragm joint goes forward and back, side to side, rotates. Hips go in and out and forward and back on ball joints. Thigh cut, double jointed knees, and hinge and pivoting in the ankles, so you can get him into a reasonable amount of poses, but he is lacking some articulation that would be useful. Now let's go ahead and move on to some accessories. Accessories-wise, Ares comes with a few weapons. He's got a big black battle axe with silver edges. It's got some decent sculpting detail to it, but no real paint other than the blade edges. A nice big two-handed sword. The blade has lots of little battle damage notches in it. And then it's got some gold paint towards the end, and a black wrapped handle, looks pretty decent. And then he has a knife, which sheathes on his hip, and follows the same color scheme of his larger sword. So a nice array of weapons there. And of course he comes with your Build-A-Figure pieces for Hulk, which is this arm and this big hammer. Something important to have if you do wish to make that movie version of Hulk. Now that wraps it up for Ares and all of his accessories, let's move on to the packaging. Packaging-wise, Ares comes in your standard Marvel Legends packaging, Build-A-Figure Hulk, Legends Series, Big Window, Marvel, The Mighty Thor, 9 Realms Warriors, which is the text for this set, which includes Ares and Odin's son. On the back you get a little description, picture of those two figures and the figures that are available in this wave, the Build-A-Figure Hulk, movie versions of Thor, Loki, and Hela, Lady Thor, Odin's son, and Ares. I pretty much just want Ares and Lady Thor, and I've already got both of them. I'll review Lady Thor later. As always, these are good for in or out of package display. So yeah, Ares. Alright, that wraps it up for Ares, so until next time, goodbye. Thanks for watching one of my videos. If you enjoyed it, feel free to like the video or subscribe if you would like to see my future content. If not, run away. Run away and never return. Also, feel free to support me on Patreon at patreon.com/vrreviews, follow me on Twitter at venomraptor09, or follow me on Instagram at instagram.com/vrreviews. Thank you, and goodbye.